my friends say, girl, you better take care, 'cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no, 'cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I own you. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no,
Hey, welcome back to our port engine room. So every week or so we spend some time down here. So before we were leaving this morning, I just wanted to check the oils and coolant level. Coolant was low, so I filled it up. Stern drive oil was a little bit low. Luckily it wasn't milky in any way. And I noticed the belt had a crack in it. So the initial was seeing all the black rubber around in different spots, which was an indication that there is wear on the belt. And then looking a little closer, noticed a split in the belt, so this definitely has to be changed. So I'll look at the other one closer as well. Yeah, so now I'm trying to get this thing off. I haven't changed the belt myself yet before, so it's coming.
Oh, first
time. It could be really quick, but yeah, there's a lot of tension in it. And the alternator is not coming up, so I'm using a little bit of force to be able to move the alternator, or I'll loosen the bolt at the bottom to be able to swing that up to release the tension to be able to change the belt out.
What's that doing? You've never changed a belt before.
Not on this girl, I haven't.
Ooh.
Here's another way to tell if your belt is going. If you go down to the engine room and your feet are a little bit wet and you come out, and then you take a look at the back of the boat after it's freshly cleaned.
Oh, we need a new belt.
So I'm just checking the tension of the belt now after I installed it. It actually was pretty easy after all.
Did you move the alternator or how'd you get it?
I loosened the bolts on the alternator to allow it to rotate up more. There's a lot of friction on that bolt. So once I did that, alternator went up and then I could put the belt on. A wise old man told me in adjusting the tension to be able to check it quickly. There's a lot of calibration. You can check and see if it's off and get out the tape measure and see if it's off by 1/2 inch. But the easiest way to check it is just to rotate it 90 degrees. And once you feel a lot of tension at 90 degrees, then it's good for tension wise. So that's how I've used it since. And when I do that, there's no rubber. It seems to run really well. So
care to tell us who the wise old man was?
I think it was Oscar down in St. Vincent.
Oh yeah.
When he was working on the engine down there. So thank you, Oscar, for the tidbit. So use it wisely.
Good afternoon. We're down at the dock in Iona. We were just going to pull off of here and head under the bridge, if that's all right. Probably be about 10-15 minutes. Over.
Okay, copy that. I'll keep an eye on you and it'll be ready for you when you get over. Over.
Thank you so much. Hangtime out. We are just wrapping up our few days in Cape Breton. Then we did another crew change, and my mom got back on along with Doug, and the boys are gone again. They have so many cousins over here and so many fun things to do, so they're with their cousins down in the valley for a few days. So it was just Brad and I and my mom and her husband, and we went to Benyon Marina, and it was stunning. Brand new facility, so beautiful. People were so nice. It was really great. And again, the boys got a little golfing in at what's it called?
The lakes.
The Lakes, 2012, 13, and 14 PGA course. So that was definitely a hit. And now we're just making our way back toward Antigonish. So again, through the locks, out into a bunch of fog. And this time we took the Lennox Passage. We didn't take it last time we were here because the Burnt Island Bridge was closed for repair. Apparently when it gets really hot, the bridge would get locked open. It would expand too much, and it doesn't get really hot around here, so that's subjective. But anyway, they put $5.4 million into it in 2019, and the bridge is back up and operational. We just went under it, but it was not very fun. That's definitely the closest we've had on a bridge.
Would you say under it, or we went around it?
We went beside it.
Because it was only halfway up, and it stretched past the middle of a 60-foot entrance through that, so it was dicey.
It was dicey. Brad was driving, which is rare, and he was hugging the port side tight. I was running back and forth with a fender, and we were just looking up to see if the mast would actually clear the bridge, because it doesn't open fully vertically. It was still open just at an angle, and he called back and asked the bridge operator if it would open anymore, and he said, oh, I'll give it another blast. What it would take for him to hit a button for a few more seconds, I don't know.
It didn't move a budge when he blasted.
It didn't move a bit. And then when we called back after we got through, he even cheered for us. So it was that dicey.
And Doug confirmed that we had lots of room on the mast. We had about 6 to 8 feet. So my estimate is that it opened height-wise to about 55 feet. So a 72-foot mast coming through, we had to get around it and not under the bridge. Yeah, it was
not fun. Carrying on through the Lennox Passage, and we'll come out into the Strait of Canso here shortly and continue onward to Antigonish. I'm home. We made it into Antigonish last evening. We came in from Cape Breton. We spent the night in Harbourbushie, and then we made it just in time for the Anna Ludlow concert up at Steinhardt's. It's a local distillery that make the most amazing gin. It was great because the night before Brad and I got married, we had a barn party, and Anna actually played at the barn party, and she tore it up. So it's always so great to see her in concert. She's so talented, and then it just brings back lots of good memories. We made it into Airsag. It's our favorite little spot to dock. In my heart, it's our home port. It's just super local. My brother lives across the road. My friend lives up the street. There's so many people around that we know, just kind of popping by. The wharf is right beside the local beach, so there's all kinds of people at the beach, kids running around. And then we're just tucked in here beside all of the fishing boats. So it's so charming. It's quiet down here. It's super peaceful. A little bit of action during the day with a lot of boats coming and going, just recreationally. Super quiet at night and very few bugs. It's really cool here because the lobster fishermen end their season around the middle of June, but a lot of them keep their boats in the water just to use for personal use. So they just take the fishing boats out for the day, pop a picnic table on the back, maybe an umbrella, and just pile it up with friends and kids and food and all that. So just to see them running back and forth, all the smiles, people are so happy. Summers are pretty short here, so when we get beautiful days like this, everybody's in a good mood. I kicked the boys off the boat this afternoon, and I'm gonna have a bunch of girlfriends over. So I went to school here. I grew up, so a bunch of high school friends are coming over, and we're just gonna have a girls' night and hang out. Hopefully lots of laughs, maybe a little bit of wine, and just enjoy this beautiful evening in Airsag. Be sure to subscribe and watch next time as we continue to explore Eastern Canada.